we will start, as we always do, lying on our backs, balls of the feet together with our knees open, nice and wide. Great. And then just come to rest your hands onto your belly. Close down your eyes and relax your shoulders down into your mat. And just in your own time, take 3 breaths in and out of your nose. Some really nice deep belly breaths. Kind of really exaggerate those breaths, much bigger than you normally would, and then start to fall into a rhythm of breath that you might be able to take throughout your practice. A few breaths in and a few breaths out. And then let's just start to connect to our bodies, to our breath. End of the week practice, so just check in how you're feeling. Notice what your energy levels are like. And then we'll just start to take opposite hand to elbow. Just send the arms above the head for a second. Take a nice opening there, push the knees down, push the forearms down, maybe even arch the spine a little bit. And then draw the knees in towards the chest. Reach your arms forward for the front of the shins, and then you're just going to circle those knees away from each other and then back in towards center a few times. And then take it both directions there. Lovely. And our first pose to begin with is going to be our happy baby pose. So work into your variation of your happy baby, both legs. If you don't want to go too deep, you can always reach for the calves or the thighs. Encouraging the knees in towards the armpits, relaxing the shoulders towards the mat and relaxing the back of the head down, and just breathe it here in this happy baby. Feel those hips. Notice how you feel. Great. Just keep taking those long breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And breathing in and breathing out. Just go into a few more breaths here, maybe a little bit deeper. Hug the knees into the armpits just for a couple more. Maybe just add a little playful rock from side to side as well, just to get us warm. Nice. And then start to draw your knees together, hug them back in towards the chest, give them a nice squeeze, and then hug the hands underneath the knees. Start to gently rock and roll up the length of the spine 3 or 4 times. And then we're just going to land with the balls of the feet together and the knees open wide, but creating more of that diamond shape with the legs. Then just start to fold your body over your legs. You can clasp your hands, wrap them around the toes, or just let them hang out on the floor. Just breathing into those inner thighs now. Fine if the shoulders are quite rounded here, but just don't keep tension up, keep them just soft away from the ears. Just got 5 more breaths. slightly shorter in this pose. Taking a few more breaths. Taking a final inhale. And then exhale. We release. We slowly come on up. Great. Now start to cross the feet, roll forward, send it back into a narrow leg child's pose. So knees hip distance, push the hips back towards the heels. Come onto your fingertips here, push your chest down towards your mat. We're going to come into our wave. So as we inhale, we round forward into a tabletop. And then exhale, arch the spine, send it back. Again, inhale, wave it forward. And then exhale, arch and send it back. Once more, inhale, wave it forward. And then exhale, arch the spine, send it back. This time as you inhale, come forward, bring your right foot outside of your right hand and just come into your lizard pose. So fingertips, palms, or maybe drop to the forearms if that's all right. Doesn't feel too deep. Just come to wherever feels good. Just got about 10 breaths here, breathing into that hip. Nice, last few breaths. We'll take another inhale and then exhale, release. Come back up onto your palms, right foot steps back into your child's pose straight away, and then we just do 2 rolls. Inhale, round it forward, and then exhale, arch the spine, send it back. Inhale, round forward, and then exhale, arch the spine, send it back. This time as you come forward, left foot comes with you outside of that left hand. And you just hold it here in your lizard pose. Again, same position with the hands that you took on the other side. Try and balance your body out if possible. And just melt into your lizard pose. Nice, few more breaths here. We'll take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, send it back into your child's pose. Once more, take one breath in child's pose. And then start to come on forward through your tabletop. Touch your toes, lift your hips and come into your first downward dog. Invite some movement into your downward dog. Little pedal of the feet, shake of the head. Right. And then we will find stillness just for a breath. Then we'll take it on the second side. So right leg starts to lift as you inhale. Start to bend the knee open through the hip. Then inhale to re-extend. Exhale, the right foot steps in between the hands. Rise up, find a high lunge. Inhale. And then exhale, warrior 2. Flip the palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, right forearm to the thigh or to the inside of the foot. Left hand up and over by the ear. Now as you inhale, find a side lunge into your left knee at the back of your mat. And then exhale, turn to the back of the mat, frame your left foot and step it back through your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga if you're ready for that. Moving through a breath. Think about moving like water, so that really fluid movement. As we inhale from here, lift both heels round forward, find a high plank. And as you exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels round forward, high plank. And then exhale, soften the knees, arch the spine, down dog. Once more, round it forward, move in that wave. And then exhale, send it back. Same legs, bring it back. Right leg lifts as we inhale. And then exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale to re-extend. And then exhale, step the right foot through. High lunge picks you up, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, extended triangle, left hand up and over by the ear. As you inhale, find that side lunge into your left knee at the front of your mat. Exhale, frame the left foot, step it back through your vinyasa. Through your cobra or your up dog. Eventually back to your downward dog. Where you'll take a breath in. And then exhale, lower the knees. Let's take our first puppy pose. Walk the palms forward as far as you can as you start to melt your forehead or your chest and your chin down to the mat. You might be feeling a little bit tight in the shoulders for this first one. If you need to open the arms a little bit wider. Get the arms nice and straight to make it more intense. And then wherever we are, we'll gaze forward. We'll snake those hips forward, come into your Sphinx pose. So drop your hips, pull your chest through and open. Exhale, release. Hands underneath the shoulders. Send it back into your downward dog. Left leg, inhale, we lift. Exhale, bend the knee and open through your hip. Inhale to re-extend. And then exhale, the left foot steps through. High lunge picks you up, inhale. And then exhale, warrior two, right heel drops. As you inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, come forward, right arm up and over by the ear. Then inhale, send it into your side lunge, back of your mat. Exhale, frame the right foot, vinyasa, and then eventually down dog. An extra breath in your downward dog. And then exhale, find those waves. Inhale, lift the heels, round it forward. Exhale, soften the knees, back to down dog. Inhale, lift the heels, round forward. And then exhale, downward dog once more. Inhale, round it forward. And then exhale, downward dog. Let's bring it back. Left leg lifts as you inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale to re-extend. And then exhale, step the foot through. High lunge picks you up. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse your warrior as you inhale. And then extended triangle as you exhale. Inhale, side lunge into your right knee at the front of your mat. Exhale, frame the right foot, step it back, vinyasa. One breath back in down dog. And then exhale, second puppy pose. Drop the knees down. Walk the hands forward. Melt your head or your heart down towards the ground. Slight movement. Inhale, start to gently round through the spine. And then exhale, sink the chest. Inhale, tiny round. It's a subtle movement. And then exhale, melt down. Once more, inhale, slight round. And then exhale, melt the chest. Start to gaze forward. Push into the forearms. Snake your way forward. Drop the hips. Open your chest. Inhale. Exhale, really. Send it back. Downward dog. Take a full breath in. And then a full breath out. Now we gaze forward, soften the knees. The feet are going to the outside of the hands. So walk or step the feet there or float. Toes out, heels in, squat down. Push the knees open, push the palms together. Just close your eyes for a second. Breathe into the hips. Take one more breath in. And then we'll push into the feet. We'll drive all the way up to standing, lift tall. Exhale, release the hands down. Great, now start to tiptoe those feet together. As you inhale, start to reach the hands out to the sides, palms down. Exhale, gather your hands at your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up, maybe lean back. Then exhale, fold over the legs. Find a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step, maybe float back, vinyasa. Through your cobra or your up dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Take a full breath in. And then a full breath out. Let's add on. As we inhale, we lift the right leg high. And then exhale, we bend the knee and open the hip. Inhale it here. And as you exhale, draw the knee towards the nose, round and squeeze. Inhale, send it back to that open hip. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. And then this time, step the foot in between the hands. As you inhale, high lunge, picks you up. Exhale, warrior two. Now flip the palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, forearm to the thigh, left hand up and over by the ear. Let's pulse that. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, come forward. Either rest the hand or bring your right hand to your left hip and hover. Inhale to reverse. This time as you exhale, right forearm to the thigh, to the inside of the foot as the left hand goes up and over by the ear. Now pull that left shoulder open. If you have a bind here or a half bind, come into it. And we're just going to hold. Great, so you can do this if you've still got your half bind, just keep your left hand where it is and have your right hand on the inside of the foot, or keep your full bind. We're just going to spin onto the left toes and drop the left knee down to the mat. So just have your right hand on the inside of the foot if you're not taking the full bind. Send it back into your half split. So flex that right toe back towards you. Try and get a little bit of a stretch there for your hamstring. Then come forward again, bend into the right knee, touch your left toes, lift your left knee, drop the foot. Then unwind for your bind, left hand goes up. Great, back to your flow. As you inhale, side lunge into your left knee at the back of your mat. Exhale, frame your left foot, vinyasa. Nice. From there, we're going to lift our right leg high as we inhale. And as we exhale, right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Now you can keep your left knee lifted or you can drop it to the floor, up to you. Start to walk your fingertips to the top left hand corner of the mat as you start to melt your chest down towards the ground. Just try and get deep into that right hip here. Kind of a bit of a downward dog upper body going on. And then walk the hands back in towards you and step it back, downward dog. Take a breath in and then a breath out. Bring it back, right leg starts to lift as we inhale. Now as we exhale, we're going to bend the knee and open through the hip. Now just walk your hands in a tiny bit so you can shorten your stance and turn your left heel just ever so slightly inwards. Try and get the foot flat on the floor if possible. Now option 1, left hand comes out to the left hand side, almost like a T position, and you're on your fingertips and stay. Option 2, maybe see if that left hand might reach around for the right foot. And then if you catch it, you start to kick the foot into the hand. Have a little play with that. Nice. Take one more breath in and then release the hand back to normal. Now inhale here, exhale, the right foot steps through. High lunge picks you up, inhale, exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, come forward into your extended triangle, left arm up and over. Now find your bind position. If you don't have a full bind, we are going to be working into bird of paradise. So you can take the version where the right hand's on the outside if you don't feel kind of warm enough to go into this. And then if you want to come in, gaze down towards the right foot, step your left foot forward to the front of your mat, or the back of your mat really. Come onto your right toes, see if you can push off that left foot and come all the way up to standing. Nice, when you get to the top, maybe you keep the knee bent or maybe you go for a straight out of the leg. Great, and then we come back out the way we came in. So bend the right knee, step the foot down, and then step that left foot back. Unwind from your bind, take a breath. And then exhale, side lunge to the back front of your mat. Inhale into your left knee. Exhale, frame your left foot, step it back, vinyasa. Through your cobra or your up dog. And then back into your downward dog. Great, if you want a little rest, feel free child's pose. Otherwise, we drop to our forearms and we work our dolphin pose. So tiptoeing the feet in as far as you can. Pushing the ground away from you and just work on building up that shoulder strength. Nice. Another breath in here. And then as you exhale, just drop your knees for a second. Let's come to kneeling. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Close the eyes. Just one deep breath in. Big sigh out. Close the lips, inhale. And exhale through the nose. Keep the breath going, come forward. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog. We will take it second side. Left leg, inhale, we lift. As you exhale, bend the knee, open through your hip. Take an extended breath. And then exhale, left knee in towards the nose, round and squeeze. Inhale, send it back, open it up. And then exhale, round and squeeze. Again, inhale, open it up. Exhale, this time step the left foot in between your hands. Rise up, high lunge as you inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Then inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended triangle, come on forward. Great, so we're going to go into that variation. So take maybe just a half bind or a full bind, depending on how you feel today. And then we're going to gaze down towards the floor if you're with me. Come onto your right toes and drop your right knee down to the mat. Keeping the bind or half bind, send the hips back. Try and flex the left toes as you straighten through that left leg. Then we come forward, bend into the left knee, tuck your right toes, lift the knee, drop the heel, unwind from your bind, exhale here. Side lunge to the back, inhale, side lunge into your right knee. Exhale, frame the right foot, step it back, vinyasa. Great, let's take the stretch for the left leg. So inhale, we lift the left leg high. And then exhale, the left foot steps outside of the left hand. Either keep the right knee lifted or drop the knee to the floor. Walk your fingertips to the top right hand corner of your mat. And then melt your hips forward as you drop your head and drop your chest forward. I'm going to keep the legs active here, so keep squeezing those thighs, keep squeezing that left knee in. One more breath. And then exhale, walk the hands back in. Step it back and find your downward dog. Great. Second side, left leg starts to lift as you inhale. Now bend the knee and open through the hip. Maybe shorten your stance so that you can drop that right heel down to the ground and in slightly. Option one, right arm out to the side, almost like a T, and just hold there on your fingertips, work with that. Option two, right hand reaches back for the left toes, and then maybe see if you can kick the foot into the hand and open it up. Then release your hand, take an extra breath in. Exhale, step the left foot through. High lunge, picks you up, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended triangle, come on forward. Great, now start to find your bind. So right arm behind the back, left hand goes underneath that thigh. Now we gaze down towards the left foot, right foot steps forward to meet it. Come onto your toes first, soft bending the right knee, and then take your time. Come all the way up to standing, lifting up through the chest. You just play around there if you want to go for the extension of the left leg. That's an option. And then we come back out the way we came in. So left knee bends. Bring the left foot down towards the mat. Step your right foot back. And then unwind from your bind. Take a breath. And then exhale. Now let's send it. Side lunge back in front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, frame the right foot. Send it back. Vinyasa. Lovely, and then if you want to rest or drop the elbows, come into your dolphin pose, second time, walk the feet in. And you can obviously just hold or go for those dips, gaze towards the thumbs, inhale, bend the elbows, exhale, push the ground away. Inhale, bend, exhale, push away. Two more, inhale, bend, exhale, push away, final breath. And then exhale, push away. Let's drop the knees down towards the mat and come up to kneeling. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Lots of shoulders for those who did conditioning yesterday. We might be feeling it. I'm with you. All right, take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Seal the lips, inhale. And then exhale through the nose. Great, let's come forward. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward dog. Then when you're ready, gaze forward, lift the heels, soften the knees. Step, walk or float feet to the outside of your hands. And then come on down. So knees open nice and wide. That's it. Now take your peace fingers and you're going to wrap them around your big toes. Now think about pushing your bum towards the mat as you try and lift your chest, and almost like you're pulling up on your toes, and you should feel a nice stretch there. Close the eyes. So keep breathing into this, keep squeezing the shoulder blades onto the back body. And we've got one more inhale. And then exhale, release the hands to the heart. Now push into the feet, inhale, rise up, lift tall. And then exhale, release the hands, tiptoe the feet back together. Let's close off our second round. Inhale, hands out to the sides, palms down. Exhale, gather your hands at your heart. Inhale, reach it up, send it back. And then exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, step or float, vinyasa. Back into your downward dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Final round. Right leg starts to lift as we inhale. As we exhale, we bend the knee open through the hip. Maybe we go for a wild thing. So maybe dropping the right toes, lifting the right arm up, opening through your chest. Take a breath. And then exhale, right arm back down. Lift the right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot through. High lunge, picks you up as you inhale. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended triangle, up and over. Now as you inhale, side lunge into that left knee at the back of your mat. And then exhale here. Now we travel. Inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge to the front. Inhale, travel through center. And exhale, side lunge to the back. Then inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge at the front. Maybe right arm off to the side. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Open up your wings. Maybe there's a bind wrapping around the right shin, opening that left shoulder. Maybe there's a drop of the hips to the floor with the bind and then come back up again. Take one more breath. And then wherever you are, let's release from the bind. As we inhale, we're going to travel through center. And then exhale, frame your left foot, come into a low lunge. Now place the weight into your left foot. Inhale, pick up your right foot. Find a standing split. That's it, little bit of hamstring work there. Just one breath. And then as you exhale, you're going to shoot your right foot forward and through and come to seated. So come all the way down through that pistol squat. Nice. All right, I can talk you through this while you're facing the back. So left hand comes to the outside of the left foot and pick up your left foot. That's it. So left hand outside of the left foot, and then so we're going into our cradle of the baby. So like you're pulling an arrow, draw the left knee in towards the armpit, and then bring that left foot across the body. Maybe you just hold on to it with the right hand, or maybe the foot goes into the right elbow crease and you're going for that little wiggle. So just working into that hip there, really trying to get the spine nice and tall. One more breath in, and then exhale, you release. You just cross the feet, roll forward vinyasa if you want one, or straight to downward dog. Take a breath in, and then an exhale. Right leg inhale, you lift. As you exhale, you step the right foot outside of the hand and drop the left knee. Now tiptoe the right foot out, toes are at an angle. We're going to come into that hip opener. So start to push the right knee open as you roll to the outer edge of that right foot and sink the hips down nice and low. My favourite stretch. Always there's the option for that foot bind at the back, left knee bends, right hand might take for the foot. Breathe into that quad for a second. Nice, one more breath in. And then exhale, we release. Right hand down, step it back. Find your downward dog. Great, from here, right leg starts to lift as you inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip, exhale. Then inhale, re-extend. Exhale, the right foot steps through. High lunge, picks you up, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, extended triangle. Inhale, side lunge into your left knee, front of your mat. Exhale here, we'll just travel once. Inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge to the back. Then inhale, travel through center. As you exhale, frame your left foot, low lunge. From here, right leg picks up. Inhale, standing splits. And then your exhale shoots that foot through as you come all the way to the ground. Compass pose. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left foot and pick up your foot. So your left hand's coming underneath, so the inside of the leg. Kind of you can use, hold on to the back of the left ankle, and I just kind of use my leg to shove it up onto that shoulder. Okay, so your right hand takes hold of the outside of the left foot if it's not already. And then just see if you might be able to kick that foot into the hand. Your head comes through, so underneath your armpit, and you start to look over the right side. That's it. Keep kicking that foot out to the side. Nice. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, slowly release. Nice. They're coming along, start to cross the feet, roll forward. Step or float through a vinyasa if you want one. Otherwise, feel free to skip and go to downward dog. Great. All right, just to change it up a little bit for this next 5 breaths, we're going to have a little play around in our headstand. So if you know where you're going, have a little go straight into it. If headstands, you're quite new to it, an entry level one is your tripod, so we can just play around with putting weight into our head. So your hands are about shoulder distance apart, and your head, the crown of your head is making the top of your triangle. Maybe you're literally today just lifting the hips up and just feel what it's like to put weight into the head, stay there. Maybe you're walking those feet in and you're just resting your knees on your arms and you hold there. Or maybe you go up into your headstand. So have a little play, or if you don't fancy it, just rest. You're kind of know when you've got the right position for your head, because it shouldn't feel like your neck's pushing in a funny direction. Nice. So when you've had enough, just take a rest, child's pose, hands by the sides, forehead drops down to the mat, and just take a few breaths there. Give the neck a little rest. You can kind of massage out the forehead on the mat, rocking from side to side there. And then when you're ready, arms come forward. Let's take it into our final side on the left. So back to your downward dog. Let's find that breath again. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. Maybe you take it into a wild thing there. Lifting the left arm off the mat. Opening the chest. And then bring your left hand back down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. As you inhale, you rise up, find a high lunge. And then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, extend your triangle. As you inhale, side lunge, right knee, back of your mat. Exhale here, we'll travel. Inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge at the front. Inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge at the back. Then inhale, travel through center, side lunge at the front. Open your left hand out to the side, right arm lifts up. Find that nice opening. Bind is there for you if you want it. Maybe you're dropping those hips down to the mat and coming back up again. We've got one breath in. Wherever you are, release from your bind. Start to travel to the back of your mat. Frame your right foot, low lunge. Then inhale, lift that left leg up. Find your standing split. Just a couple breaths there. Enjoy that hamstring stretch. And then when you're ready, shoot your left foot through, come to the floor. Great. Right hand to the outside of the right foot. Pick up the right foot, draw the right knee back in towards the armpit, and then bring the foot across the body, cradle the baby, second side. Enjoy this moment of rest here. Maybe close the eyes down and just work into that hip. Nice. And then you'll start to release the foot. You're going to cross the feet, roll forward, step or float, vinyasa or downward dog. Great, as you make your way back, deep breath in. And then an exhale. Send it back, left leg starts to lift. As you exhale, bend the knee, open your hip. Inhale to re-extend. And then exhale, left foot steps through. Inhale, high lunge, picks you up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, extended triangle. As you inhale, side lunge into the right knee, front of your mat. Exhale here. We'll travel once. Inhale, travel through center. Exhale, side lunge at the back. Then inhale, travel through center, frame your right foot. Pick up your left foot, find a standing split. Inhale. And then exhale, shoot your left foot through. Come to the floor. Let's take that compass pose second side. So left hand outside of the right foot, pick it up. Right hand comes inside of that leg and then out to the side. But when you get there, you can kind of use that, nudge it as far up onto that arm as you can. Now start to kick the foot into the hand as you start to try and twist to gaze underneath that armpit. That's it, keep breathing there, keep getting that opening. One more breath in. And then exhale, really slowly. Nice work. All right, cross your feet, roll forward. Vinyasa, or just go straight into that downward dog. You've had enough there. Lovely. Now, final 5 breaths of playtime if you want it. If you just want to rest, you can. Otherwise, second headstand prep or headstand going all the way up to you. Otherwise, any variation like dolphin or legs, or lifting one leg up at a time, so just have a little play with it there. If you're playing around with your headstand, make sure that you're putting some of the weight into your hands or your forearms if you're going for that variation, so it's not completely all on your head. Take a few breaths wherever you are. And maybe you can roll it back down again. Find your way to your child's pose, resting your hands by your feet and just breathe. Okay, take a few deep breaths. Starting to just come towards the end of this spicy section. And we're going to slow it down again once we close off this round. So arms come forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips, come into your downward dog. Then when you're ready, gaze forward, lift the heels, soften the knees, step, walk or float your way, front of your mat. Halfway lift to inhale, and then forward fold is your exhale. Inhale, rise to standing, reach tall. Palms to the heart center as you exhale. Inhale, hands out to the sides, palms down. Exhale, gather your hands at your heart. Now inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, fold forward. From here, just tiptoe those feet hip distance if they're not already. Wrap the peace fingers around your big toes and then gently pull your elbows out to the side. Let's take a forward fold. We're going to start to take some lovely deep stretches now for the rest of our body. Flow through all the rest of the elements now. So we've been working water, the inner thigh. We're now in our earth, so we're working our hamstrings for a bit. If you want a different variation for the last minute, those palms can come underneath the feet with the hands facing up. And then you just kind of fold on to your wrists, maybe massage them out with the toes whilst you're there. That might be too deep of an expression for you. We've not done much work on the hamstrings, so go to where feels good. And then gently release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, gaze forward. And then as you exhale, step it back, high plank. From here, drop your knees down towards the mat. Walk the arms forward, come into your puppy pose. Melt the chest or the forehead and just hold it here. You've got a bit of a longer hold, so make sure it's a comfortable-ish position. Just moving into our air element now, it's opening up the front of the body. Just got 3 more breaths here. And then you're going to walk your arms back into, or your hands back in towards you. Now we're going to take it into our hero pose. So open up your feet a little bit wider than your hips and sit your hips back between your feet. If you need to sit on a cushion or a block, you can. Stay here if that works. Just work on opening up those thighs. Maybe you can drop it a little bit deeper. Drop to your forearms. If you get there, don't feel it in the lower back. Push into the thighs, draw the tailbone under, and then replace them back down again. If you're feeling quite open, you're welcome to drop back onto your hands if that's comfortable for you. And once again, we're just going to go into about a minute hold. Feel free to let your head drop back if you're kneeling, if that feels good, if that's comfortable. Just coming into your last few breaths here, just keeping the rest of the body a little bit of an open. And then we're going to come back out the way we came in. So if you're on your forearms, gently push yourself back up. And then just come forward, release those legs from underneath you, bring them around in front. And you're going to roll all the way onto your spine, so come on down onto the mat. Right, so when you get here, let's just work into our final fire element. Cross your right thigh on top of your left. And then just let those knees drop to your left hand side. And come into your final twist. Well, actually our first twist. Just bring it back down here. If this feels too deep, feel free to have the knees on top of each other instead. And then we'll come back through center. Left thigh crosses on top of the right. And then once again, drop those knees over to your right this time. And take that rinse out of the spine. Few more breaths, breathe into that twist. Finally, come back onto your back again. You will just uncross your legs and then just draw the knees in towards your chest. Maybe bring your forehead up towards your knees if that feels good. Gentle rock. And then start to work your way into your shavasana. Either legs out long, or if you just want to have your feet wide and drop your knees in, that's an option. Arms off to the side. Just not only feeling the benefits of your practice, but feeling that lovely end of week feeling. Relaxing the shoulders, back of the head into the mat. Maybe let your lips part open slightly so that bottom jaw is loose. And then just relax all the muscles around your eyes and your forehead. Breathe it here in the moment. When you're ready to come back out, let's gently add some movement back into the body. And start to find that bigger stretch, arms above the head, maybe the feet slide together. And then roll it over onto your side. Create that pillow with your arm, with your hand. And then start to come on up all the way back to a seated position. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Take a full breath in. And a big sigh out. And then just gently bow your head towards your hands. Namaste. Well done, ladies.